Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday edition of the Extra Point Show, a special Good Friday Versus edition of the Extra Point Show. Now, you know it's going to be a big, spectacular show when you see the split screen, and on to my right side is my right hand woman, our international sports correspondent, coming to you all the way from the D to the R. Oh, rock with it then. Hey, hey. Miss Tasha T. Sizzle. What's going on, T. Sizzle?
Enjoying this Good Friday and this whole resurrection or Easter weekend, whatever you prefer to call it. And it's also my birthday is on Sunday. So I'm just going to relax and enjoy myself.
All right, so join me in congratulating and wishing Miss Tasha T. Sizzle her 21st birthday. She's finally old enough to sit down at a public establishment and have a drink.
Sipping on some
All
scissors,
right.
sipping on some scissors.
Now, happy Good Friday to each and every one of you out there. Happy Resurrection Weekend because I'm sorry, Tasha, before we go any further, we got to let the people know that today looked gloomy, but on that third day,
Hey, he rose. He got up.
on that
God
third
raised
day,
him up.
on that third day, there was nobody behind that rock. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, we grew up in the church, and we got to give God His praise on this Good Friday. Shouts out to Stephanie Colter checking in. Shouts out to Sasha Denise checking in. Oh, shout out to my moms. That is awesome. The Goon Squad checking in early. Got Angelo Tate in the house. Happy Good Friday. Now since we got her actually online when we do this, Tasha T. Sizzle, can you please let the people know who this episode is brought to you by?
The episodes were sponsored by May Jane's Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. Please go and support my daughter in her coffee business. She has Colombian blend, Honduran blend, and Brazilian blend coffee. Very good stuff. Again, that's mayjanescoffee.com.
Now we have it up on the screen for you, mayjanescoffee.com. We need you to support and show your love for a BOB, a black-owned business, a very young, talented sister. Got the whole world ahead of her. I need you to spread them wings like Patti LaBelle on stage and fly, Sasha, fly. Fly, Sasha, fly. And we have the website, and we're going to keep that up there for a minute for everybody that's going to be joining us in the next few minutes. We want to send a shout out to our auntie, Reverend Paulette Woodard. Blessed Good Friday. He paid it all. Yes, he
Paid it
did. It's
all.
great to have you on. Stephanie says, send me and Alejandro with the. You know what? Note to self, Paul. Always proofread Stephanie's comments before you post them. But we'll put the website back up there for everyone to see and to enjoy. Now, we have a special versus battle going on this weekend that generations of our people can get behind. And so, in light of that, we're going to have a lighthearted um, versus battle right here on the show. And Tasha T says, well, I'm going to throw some combatants out that have been battling in the news this week. And you let me know whose side you taking because we got some versus battles in the world of sports as well. Let's start with the actual battle itself, though. On your birthday, we have a classic and epic showdown between the three elements, the earth, the wind, and the fire, going up against the Isley Brothers. Tasha T. Sizzle, who are you taking in this epic battle?
When I say this is truly one of the hardest because it so accomplished and have spanned generations and decades with nothing but hits. And I think it kind of depends on what you're feeling. If you're feeling like empowering or getting up and partying and dancing, you're going to go with the elements. But if you want to get
Yes.
into bed and do whatever and make love, you're going to go with the Isley Brothers. And so when you told me this, I pulled up my Apple Music.
Okay.
And I realized, and I wrote down I have 21 songs combined from both groups in my Apple Music.
Wow.
And I mean, I cannot, I literally wrote them down. I cannot decide. I mean, because the Isley Brothers did have some uplifting music. You know, they had, what's that? I don't have this on my playlist, like Harvest of the World and Caravan of Love, which was kind of really not the Isley Brothers. That was more the Isley, Jasper Isley thing. But it still goes under that category.
Still
You
a
know,
smash.
Caravan of Love. Yes. So I don't know. I
Tasha
don't
T.
know.
Sizzle, you are the mouth of the international South. You are our international correspondent, the original player from the Himalayas. You are not going to start off this show with the I don't know. You're gonna pick one of these, damn it. Is it the elements
Okay,
or is it the brothers?
then you go with Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, fire, I'm partial to fire. You know, my zodiac is, you know, Aries, we the god of war, and you know, we're fire, Mars, the angry red planet. But I mean, that's the way of the world. Boogie Wonderland, September. Let's groove tonight. Sing a song. Shining Star, which is the NBA, you know, back in the day. Then you got The Reasons. You cannot pick. You got Here We Go Again by the Isley Brothers. Then you, even with the Isley Brothers, you come back when they made a comeback with You're Contagious. Touch me, baby. Give me what you got. You can't.
All they needed was some COVID masks.
You cannot choose. I mean, for the love of you, you got Who's That Lady?
Oh,
You
I
know,
forgot about that
the
one.
sheets.
Oh no, Between
Come
the
on, you
Sheets.
got Between the Sheets. Right.
Shouts out to
Groove
my
with
Uncle
you.
Carl. My Uncle Carl came over with the album cut when back in the 80s, and he played Between the Sheets. Now I didn't know exactly what all of that was talking about at that age and stage, but the way that they played that song out at the end when he's saying, "I'm coming on
Right.
strong,"
Right.
like it was so
In Between the
revolutionary and before its
Sheets.
time. Just hearing that instrumental go, like it's a tough one for me as well. I don't know. I
I can't
like.
pick.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna now. Marcus got is in his old school bag this morning. Shouts out to Marcus Stone. Now Michigan Mike, the trio of the Fuji says, I don't know what that Toronto had salty because they always beat the Rangers. It is baseball. Opening day was yesterday. We rocking it. You see me rocking the Rangers though. But Tasha, feet to the earth, wind and fire. You like how I did that? Feet to the earth, wind and
Wait a
fire.
minute,
Pick
before you
one.
even go anywhere, I know why you're going to be partial to the Earth, Wind, and Fire because what high school and college band did not play September, did not play In the Stone. So you're going to be partial to the elements. I know you.
Yes, it is. And Stephanie said it best right here. It's a whole win for the culture altogether. We all win. I will be tuned in. I will have my wine because that's a wine sipping event. That's not no
Right.
hard liquor versus that's a wine sipping event. So I'm going with Earth, Wind, and Fire because of that, because coming growing up in the band, and because September was one of my mama's favorite songs. And we would play Earth, Wind, and Fire's greatest hits on every road trip we went on. So that was impossible for me not to know the elements and the ride with them. So since I love my mama so dearly, I'm rocking with the elements on this. You going with who? Come on now. You can do this. You can do it.
Okay. The only reason why I'm inclined to agree with you is because Sasha's birthday is in September. And when she was born, that's all I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, see that was do you remember? And I used to say the 23rd night of September because her birthday is on the 23rd. Because you know the song is the 21st night.
So we rocking with the three elements. And shouts out to Sasha Denise. That was an epic September. 10 fingers, 10 toes, a brain, and athleticism out of this world. Sasha Denise, you've been a blessing to this oith. And so since she's been a blessing to the oith, we going with
we
oith,
gonna go
wind, and fire. All right. So
It's hard, but hey, because man, I'm sitting here looking at my playlist from the
it's gonna be
Isley,
a fun
and
night.
it's making my neck itch like a junkie because I'm just looking at some of these hits, man. Hey,
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, and I agree with Stephanie wholeheartedly. The winners are all of us is going to get to sit and watch this because they are still around and they're still relevant and they're getting their flowers while they are alive. And I think that
right.
that's the most awesome part about it, that we're not doing this post mortem when they're already 6 feet deep. Um, Now we're going to continue this versus battle. There was an epic battle that debuted Wednesday, the 31st. It was the release of King Kong versus Godzilla. King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, I watched this movie. I am not going to spoil it for those who may have been waiting for the weekend, the holiday weekend, the extra 3 days to watch this movie. But Tasha, let's go here. Are you Team Kong or are you Team Godzilla? Which one you rolling with?
Godzilla. How do you as an ape, as a primate, as a monkey, as a chimp, as an orangutan, as a howler monkey? How the hell you beating a whole dragon or a dinosaur, whatever Godzilla is? How do
What up, Michael Harris? Who y'all rolling with? Who, who y'all rolling with? Who y'all got? My now Mike says Godzilla whooped that. Hey, no spoilers, Mike. I know you got HBO Max. No, no, no spoilers. Yeah, don't do that, Mike. Now I had a nice conversation with my nephew, my namesake, Mr. Carter Paul Colter, the day that it was released, and he said, "Uncle P, I'm going for Godzilla because he can blow the laser out of his mouth." And kids are so adorable. He said, "Blow the laser out of his mouth." Um, Now Marcus said he ain't nothing but an oversized lizard.
you? Come on, my Aryan brother. Come on, Marcus Ham, get it together.
The fight scenes were on point. If you got a friend that's got HBO Max, go and get that login for the weekend and load that mug up. The HBO Max should be international, right?
I do not have it.
We'll try. Really?
Again, once I get into my home, I will have access to those things. But we're in an apartment with the lowest budget of Wi-Fi that the island offers, which is why I can never
Okay.
use my computer.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm ready to say I will inbox you the username and password just in case they do a special Easter edition for you to watch this movie. It's not too long. It's not one of those 5 hour DC comic type shows. Really good action between the monsters. Y'all make sure y'all get on that. Now, next up, we have a versus battle between Baylor women's college coach Miss Kim Mulkey versus the Rona. Now, for those that had been paying attention, especially with the men's side of the bracket going on at the same time, there was an epic, epic, epic battle between the defending champion Baylor Bears and Connecticut, perennial powerhouse. Baylor blew a big lead and went down to the very end. Baylor lost, but that's not where the story starts. The story starts in the post game press conference when Coach Mulkey goes before the press unprompted, without being asked, and says that she really hopes that the NCAA stops testing the kids for the Final Four because, in her words, it would be a shame if one of the kids were to miss the tournament or miss playing in the Final Four because they have COVID. So, in this versus battle, Tasha T. Sizzle, your body language says it all right now, actually. Are you Team Monkey or Team Science?
I'm team science, of course, because you hit me with this like literally right before we logged on.
I wanted your raw
That's
emotion.
the stupidest beep I've ever heard in my life. You want the positive people or someone who may have walking around with COVID to go out there and play and contaminate everybody? What big sense does that make? Well, I mean, help me to understand. And
Right.
I normally kind of, I'm not going to say that I'm just like a Baylor fan, but back in the day when Baylor first started coming on the scene and winning, and Kim, and I never forget, I can't remember who they were playing, but I remembered. I said Kim Mulkey came up out of that jacket, didn't she? And like so many people had like retweeted that because it was a bad call, and she had on like a suit, and she came up out of that jacket, and I liked that fire. It was when Brittany Griner was there,
Okay.
I liked that fire in her. But come on, lady. What do you say? Sit your blank down. She needs to sit down.
Oh, she gets the SYAD award for this week?
Yes.
Well,
Just
Miss Mulkey, on behalf
just for
of
being that stupid. I mean, you want to risk contaminating everybody to play 2 games, play three games. You got your two in your national championship. You want to risk contaminating everybody.
Right, and the coaches, the referees, the people in the stands. It's like, what made me scratch my head was it was unprompted. Nobody asked her about COVID protocol. Nobody asked her about anything. And hey, Carter Paul is checking in. He's Team Godzilla.
Hi, Carter.
Right. Stephanie made sure to let me know he's on now, so we'll keep this before dark. So we'll keep this PG on Good Friday. Here's my question, though, Tasha. Let's dig a little deeper into this. Could this possibly have been a diversion from the fact that she lost to a bitter rival in Coach Gino, and she blew a 19-point lead in that game? Is this a way to deflect from her team's performance and their collapse to turn all the focus on her, or do you think she really meant this?
That she really meant that, but the thing is, she have COVID or something.
She did.
I don't remember.
She did. She did. She missed time in December because of COVID. Yes.
Now, I can go ahead and admit this on the TV. As cautious and safe as I am, I got COVID down here. Because here, even though where you go, you have to wear masks and do everything. But when you're out, they sneeze out here. Literally, hachu. That's how they sneeze here. They don't cover their mouths. They blow their noses like this. And
Oh,
they cough
wow.
without covering their hands. So I have no idea where I contracted it from, because the people that I was in contact with, which is the same group of people, because I don't go out and lollygag and hang out, it's the same.
Well, hell, you didn't do that in the States.
Right. I don't really hang with people. None of them had it, because one of my friends, he had to go back to the States and he had to get tested. And then all he kept saying was, if I can't go back home, I'm gonna kill you. But he was negative. My other two friends, they were negative. The family that I hang with in the Dominican, I had to tell them, but I was thinking, oh my God, they don't have, money or health care if I got them sick. But the test here like $80, and I went ahead and paid for that for them to get tested, because I had been around them on the day that I thought when I started feeling sick, and everybody around me tested negative. Me having that, how can you want to put someone else in that sort of danger? I wasn't sick. I thought I had a sinus infection. But what I realized is when I would get up to go to the toilet, I could barely walk to the toilet. I was out of breath. Even after I was complete, clean and got retested and tested negative, I still could not breathe. And I exercise. I'm a healthy person. Walking to the car, taking the garbage out, it was a struggle for me. And she's way older than me.
She is.
So how would the fact that if you've had this disease, if you've had this, how would you not want to protect everyone else?
That's why I was like, well, the fact that she had it, and the fact that we're talking about one more sweep of weekends of testing for these kids. So we're talking about maybe 3 or 4 more days, and then the season is over for all of them. Like, why pull the plug at this late juncture and send some kids away with COVID to go back home and give it to their parents, and then the whole thing starts over again. Like, you see me rocking the Texas Rangers hat, and they made news this week because they're going to be at 100% capacity at the new dome that they built. Now, I don't have a problem with that. Well, first of all, you get none of that kind of stuff here in Texas. But I don't have a problem with that because of the fact that it's not an essential place. It's not Walmart. It's not Kroger. You have to choose to go to the game. And for people who want to go out, the people who've been vaccinated or the people who just don't care, they can go to the games and enjoy themselves. And the people who may feel at risk can just stay home. That's a totally different scenario than people who are already in Indianapolis in a bubble environment, and then you take the restrictions off right at the finish line. So, Miss Mulkey, now Carter said, Marcus Stone says people get tunnel vision, the dollar bill, check her contract. Um, she did wait. Look, she was slick about it. She did wait until she was eliminated before she said that. It's easy for you to say that when your team is going home.
Right.
You ain't got
Let
to
them
worry about
play.
testing them no way.
Let them play.
Look, but we're not gonna get distracted, Coach Mulkey. We know your team blew a 19-point lead in that game, even if the girl did get fouled at the
Right.
buzzer.
So,
All
so
right,
there was a foul, but hey,
that
we
was
can
a
get on that.
foul all day, every day. Now, moving on to one of your favorite players that can't seem to keep his ass off of social media. What is going on with this? We have Kevin Durant in the next versus battle versus Michael Rappaport, the poor man's BET alumnus. He done started every black B-rated movie. Shouts out to Michael Rappaport.
When he was Murray Babbage in Copland, he was running scared. Now he out here Twitter, Twitter
Right.
gangster.
Right. Now to catch people up on this, now y'all already know that KD has called flack for having a burner account. He got busted trying to do the burner account from his actual account. He's been in melees with kindergartners, teenagers, old people, people in the media. He has very sensitive skin and a very long antenna. Anything that's said or written about him, he sees this. Now, this goes back to a interview that he had on NBA TNT with Charles Barkley, and Charles Barkley pulls no punches. So KD was in his feelings. He was giving one word answers. So Michael Rappaport, who's supposedly a friend of his, told him, hey, why did you even go on there? And this was in a private Instagram message. Why'd you even go on there? Just ignore the guy. Well, KD fires back in a tirade of expletive laden rants, talking about he was going to spit on the man, saying that man was a fluid guzzler, and I'm gonna just leave it at that because it's
Said he
daytime.
was a PCGPB.
Whatever that, yes, that acronym. Basically asked him to let's meet up at 10th and such so we can fight this out. Talked about the man's wife, which is an absolute G code no. Now, Kevin Durant has since apologized publicly for this because you know the NBA is going to look into this now that it's gone public. My question to you is, who's in the more wrong? KD for issuing the threats over something so petty, or Michael Rappaport for screenshotting it and putting it out before the world like an Instagram model trying to take down an athlete?
KD stand, Michael Rappaport. That's that's just a code you do not break. You do not publish what someone sends you in the DMs.
May Jane.
like I said to you earlier, unless it's like, okay, this child has been abducted or a murder or some crime has been committed, you don't expose what someone has sent you via DM. That's a B word type move.
It
That's what
is.
that is. You don't do that. But the thing is, you notice KD apologized only for people seeing it,
Yes.
not for
Yes.
saying it. He meant that.
He meant that. And the thing is, he was doing them in little short, rapid Uzi bursts. There was no read more paragraphs. He was firing them off and firing them off and firing them off. Now, when you threaten to spit on me on site, by the time I get through going upside your head, it ain't gonna be all the beads will be back attached around that edge up.
Because what you
Uh,
not gonna do is spit on me. You can
what
punch
you
me
not
in
gonna
my
do?
nose. You could if you spit on me, I think I am going to prison.
If you spit on me, KD, if you spit on me, Mike Tyson, if you spit on me, whoever the toughest SOB is out there in the land right now, I'm coming for your Achilles. I'm coming for how you make your money. I'm gonna snipe you
Right.
at the leg. Like you're not gonna spit on me. And like Marcus says, That's a straight up gossip queen move for a grown millionaire man. Now, I'm getting on KD for this. Yes, Michael Rappaport was wrong for posting it because if that was the case, me and you'd be kicked off social media for some of the stuff we tell each other in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for everybody to see. We be kicked off Twitter. And out of respect, I'm never gonna screenshot those and post those. Like it's like you know that. So he was wrong there. But he is an internet troll. KD, you threatening to spit in another man's face. You're threatening the man's wife. You. Why are you so damn sensitive? Why is he so sensitive? I'm Team Rappaport on this.
I mean, like I said, I love KD, but he is. I mean, he's like Ralph Tresvant, the man with sensitivity. I mean,
Girl, I know it's been hard since he went away and left you so sad. You cry every day. Oh, Ralph Tresvant looking ass.
don't need a man that'll give you money.
um,
But KD
yeah,
is so ultra sensitive about everything, and I just wonder a lot of times, where does it come from? KD, you have these championships, you have this money, you have the fame, you have what we think is everything that you would want and need. Why do you really care about what anybody says about you? I mean, I'm broke and abroad, as my friend Bo Ray says. Shouts out to Bo Ray. He is broke and abroad. I'm broke and abroad. I don't give a damn what nobody says about me.
and haven't for 30 years, not the 30 years that I've known her having.
They ain't gave a
Like,
damn
we
ever.
could take this back to a North Nashville cafeteria table and she didn't give a damn. Like, that's true. Everybody in her in the mentions over here know that's true. And you get to a point in your life to where it's like, okay, so what? So what? He gave you some advice to turn around and do it that way. I don't know. Um, now Langston. Oh, here come Langston, y'all.
Bye. Bye. Langston, I'm gonna need you to log off, sir.
He said dim naps. It's way more than one. It's a legion. We are legion.
Like, what is this? Why is it missing around? Like, and it's not like balding. It's just like it got the tatter or something.
It looked like the aerial shot looks like a prison yard. How you got one gang over here, one gang over there, one gang over here. You got some dumbbells over there by one temple. You got one gang over here.
I'm fading to
Well, we've been
black.
blacked out, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm fading to black. I'm fading
Fade
to
to
black.
black. Why the Latinos can't hang out with the bros? Why is the Aryan Nation up toward the front? Can we get some continuity on the prison yard?
I mean, my hair is not of the perfect quality itself, but it don't look like that. And he got
But see,
like
Stephanie, you getting put out of here with Langston. Y'all go find get some coffee somewhere. A peninsula of naps.
Langston and Steph, please go order some May James coffee at
Right. We
mayjames.com
need y'all to
because
go to
y'all need
some
to
May J.
relax.
This is who he should be beefing with right here. This right here, where you hold it strong like
Need to allow him to
roller.
play in a baseball cap of this here Dominican flag do rag I'm wearing. That's what he needs to be doing
No,
because
right,
I mean, like I said, I
right. His
love
do
Cam.
rag don't. So okay. So no, it really don't. So I'm team. They got on the don't rag. Don't help at all. Head looking like the five tribes of Wakanda. Woo! See, that's why I'm full with the Goon Squad because they always get us off course with what we try to talk about. So on this one, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm team Rappaport in this one. What now? I wouldn't have
I mean, like
exposed
I
it.
said, KD maybe should not have said it, but had Rap never put it out there, no one would even know it existed. It's the chicken before the egg, the cart before the horse. It's just that
Right.
scenario.
Right. And then the fact that you turned around and apologized, you didn't mean that. Or did you or did
Again,
you really think
he apologized for people. If you read what he said, he apologized that people had to see that. He didn't apologize for what he said. He meant to call that man a PCGPB.
that right there is fight on sight? It's fight on sight. Like Langston, um, Marcus, Mike, hell, even Stephanie. Go back and look at those quotes from KD. I'll show you who show them who you are. Right, okay, spit on me. Okay. All right. Spit on me then. All right, so we're gonna call that one a tie then. Although, who do you got in the fist fight? Michael Rappaport, who grew up on the east side of things, or KD and his reach?
And you know, KD really ain't no fighter. He tall and slim, but obviously he's got a lot of anger. Pit done been built up for 35 long years in his body.
He need to be mad at the do-rag, but we're gonna keep it rolling. Um, Speaking of basketball and one of his teammates got engaged in a versus battle this week with a member of the media, one loudmouth Stephen A. Smith, who I ride for. I'm Team Stephen A. all day. But Stephen A., I don't know about this one, bro. Let me catch everybody up on this one, and you tell me who you got. They're right, Langston. Mike got his black card. I
Right.
think he done took lumps from the brothers, and he'll stand in there and scrap.
But he done took that black card and he done used it too much. He needs
Yeah,
he needs to sit down a little bit.
that's why AD2.
Right.
All right, now with Stephen A., here's how his beef with not only Russell Westbrook, but Russell's wife came about this week. On Tuesday, Russell Westbrook became the third player in NBA history to record a 30-point, 20 assist triple double. I think it was only Oscar Robertson, and I can't remember, maybe it was Elgin Baylor. It was two older people who had done that previously. And when they were talking about it the next day on First Take, Stephen A. Smith basically dismissed it like, man, we sick of this. We sick of the stats. I'm not. We know you can do the triple double. You've won an MVP. You play with all these great players, and he started naming off the KDs, and he started naming the James Harden, and he started naming off the who else did he play with? Um, Paul George when he was with OKC. He started naming off all these people and saying, but you still haven't won anything. Well, this got the attention of one Mrs. Westbrook, who went on Instagram and flamed Stephen A. Smith, saying, "This is why we have to be careful with how we use our platform because you're sitting up here basically creating a narrative to your millions of followers that my husband's career hadn't been quite as good as such and such because he had done such and such. When he's a good father, a good husband, he's a champion in life. He made it out of the hoods of South Central LA. He gives back to his community. He's a community guy. Now, Langston calls it empty calories. It's the same as Stephen A. Smith did. Now, who's in the right here? Was Stephen A. in the right for calling him out for not having any championships and using that against him, saying empty calories? Or is Russell Westbrook being hyperly sensitive about somebody talking about him? Basically, like the KD thing all over again.
Well, what Nina Earl Westbrook said was, "What you ain't gonna do is sit up here and talk
Right.
about my man." So Stephen,
That's
I'm gonna need
exactly
you
what
to
she
go
said.
keep my man name up out your mouth, not mouth. That's what Nina Earl Westbrook said.
She really
But
did. She really did.
I really don't see any winners in this one because I'm tired of all these different analysts, and even like Shaq has a bad habit of doing this,
Mm-hmm.
talking about players who don't have rings. Charles
Right.
Barkley is one of the greatest NBA players ever. Charles Barkley is better than Shaquille O'Neal to me. So what if he never had a ring? Did he ring chase a little bit? Yeah, he did. That doesn't take away from what these players accomplish. Just be, yeah, okay, it may not really mean anything because we've seen Russell do this type of thing often. We've seen Russell just go out and ball out of control. The man is a beast. We know Russell can play. Russell may never get a ring. Like I told you, I said, hell, he can't be ring chasing. He play for the Wizards. So I
Right.
mean, I think this,
And he
he's
stayed
just
in
trying to
OKC when KD
right
left.
after Harden left. Well, KD was still there. After KD left, he still stayed. Then they put him to Houston. They got to what? Okay, the first round, but okay, they lost to the Lakers. Okay, but you can't fault them
Everybody
too much
did
for
that
that.
year.
Right. So, but it's like you go to the Wizards. He's obviously not ring chasing going to Washington. But also with Westbrook is very sensitive as well. People just kind of want to sweep that under the rug because he comes out dressing like a fool, dressing like Prince, shirts versus skin versus blouses. A lot of times with fashion, with the Carmo de Garçon caps and whatnot, the Givenchy and you know but Westbrook is he's like, to me, it's like KD. You guys are so sensitive. Why does
Yes.
it bother you what these people? I mean, I guess because I'm not in the limelight. And if you're in the limelight and you have people constantly saying things about you, and like Nina said, Stephen A does have a platform that gets out to millions upon millions of people. You have people that take that and run with it, just like the idiot down there in Atlanta with LeBron that time when she was the husband or whoever her was heckling and she stood up trying to be Billy
Right.
Badass.
Right.
To me, it's no winners. Again, I'm not in that limelight. I'm not that type of celebrity. Never will probably ever be that type of celebrity. So I don't
You
know
never
what it's
know.
like to be. You never know what it's like to be scrutinized when you're
Right.
in the limelight like that. Now,
Right.
did they ask for it? Yeah, they did because you chose to play basketball in high school. You chose to go to UCLA. You chose to say I want to be an NBA player. You chose to say I want to be a superstar. So you're choosing to have that spotlight on you. Everybody can't out here be like Kawhi. Well, I don't even know if Kawhi Leonard is still breathing until you see the box score.
I thought you was going to say box braids.
Talk about Kawhi because I'm rocking some cornrows too, as he does. But I mean, you're in the limelight, and that just comes with it. You've got to get some, you got to get some tough skin. I mean, and even Shaq is sensitive. All these accolades he likes to keep throwing up in people's face. You say anything about Shaq, he's ready to go off, and the first thing he says is, "I got championships."
Right.
So
or
what?
I'll beat you up.
Right. That's because and Shaq is sensitive, and he has what Stephen A is saying Russell doesn't have. So I really think there's no winners in this.
Now the thing is, I love the way that you answered that there's no winners. But I'm gonna pick a winner in this one, and I'm gonna say it's Westbrook. And here's why. Because it says something about a man that's gonna give you that type of effort on a losing team night in and night out. He's never cheating the fans.
He's supposed to do. Paul, that's his job.
That is his job. And like Langston said, now let me go up to like Langston said, and let's put this back up here. He says, "Oh hell, keep it on the court." I gave free lunches out at the center last week, and it didn't get him a raise. Is what he followed that up with. Okay, you may be a good person off there, but we're talking about on the field of play, on the court. I get that, but the reason why I'm siding with Westbrook on this particular issue is because Stephen A. Smith is being a hypocrite. He's being a hypocrite. Now I love Stephen A. Stephanie hates Stephen A. Smith. I love Stephen A. But
I rock with him.
He's being a hypocrite right here because he just last week got on Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge for joining the Nets for ring chasing.
Mm-hmm.
So which one is it? Are you going to get on the people for ring chasing, or are you going to get on people for not having a ring? Which one is it, Stephen A? You talking out of both sides of your temples. Shouts out to AP Colter. Mama, we were talking about you earlier on the show. Who do you have in Sunday's Versus, Mama? Earth, Wind, and Fire or the Isley Brothers? Make sure you jump in with that. And now here we go with the hairlines again. His hairline is hypocritical. But he still got the
Go
comb
ahead,
back.
Langston. You still got the high top fade, Langston. You know you had a fresh man. Langston joint was man.
Right.
Langston
He was
had
taped
it.
up like Jalen Rose. He had
Yes, had a
the
hairline,
electrical tape.
everything.
Yeah. Now, Steph says Stephen A. Smith is just he's just loud sometimes and love to hear himself talk. That is true. Shouts out to Maria Corder saying Earth, Wind, and Fire all day, baby. Nashville, Tennessee's in the house. Shouts out to Maria on that. Hairline, he said hairline round, no definition. By the way, did I ever tell y'all that the Goon Squad makes this show? This show is brought to you by the Goon Squad's Earth, Wind, and Fire all day long. That's what we're talking about. Now, shouts out to my nephew Kenny says PG-13 went pandemic P mode last night. Twitter was lighting them up for Miss. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that a little bit later. Kenny, thanks for checking in. Now since we got y'all out here and we're talking basketball, let me ask you a personal Michigan question, Tasha. As our team had to um make their exit from Indianapolis.
I was gonna switch my cap, but again, my caps are furrowed like the banners in the Chrysler Center in Bo Schembechler Hall. They got them up under in the basement of Schembechler Hall because they took them down and furrowed them and all they put up a dog's ass and put them up, in Schembechler Hall.
The NCAA pulled a Coach Smith on us and told us to get out of here.
Famous recipe and get out of
Right,
here.
get your least famous recipe and get out of here. Now, Langston, you jinxed us last week calling us some homers. We blame you. Look at him talking about, ooh, they out. With your crying tears emoji. I know y'all was rooting for
Roll
that one.
Tide. What about your Roll Tide, Langston?
Right. Oh, salute to Penny Hardaway. He did win the NIT. They're number 69. Shouts out to them. So shouts out to Penny. But here's my question to you, Tasha. And for all of you non-Michigan fans, um, before we get into that, my sister, this was the game in a nutshell. Now, when that 30 for 30 come out, that we was point shaving, so Jawan could pay off on some old college debt. That would make sense. 0 for 8 to finish that game.
We're gonna
But
look back.
but
Like I said, I couldn't watch it, but I was following it, and as I'm following it, I said, "Is my Twitter not updated? Why is the score?" Like I kept doing this. You know how you take it and you try to, do this to make it. And I said, "Why
yeah,
is it? Is the score
and the
not?"
thing just half circle and be like, I'm
Right.
trying.
I said, "Is my Wi-Fi out? Like, why is the score not going up?"
These non-Michigan fans are killing us, by the way. I'm sick of all of y'all. I'm sick of all of y'all. Let me ask you this. With the recent success that Michigan has had in basketball, as opposed to their lack of success in football, here's a versus battle for you. Michigan basketball versus the football program. Is Michigan now a basketball school?
Will forever and always be thought of as a football school. It's just plain and simple. Because I'm not going to say we, I'm going to speak for myself. When I hear Hail to the Victors, I immediately picture football players running out, hitting that banner onto the field. I don't think of the basketball players coming out of the tunnel. These shit.
Somebody gonna unplug his phone.
I just,
He is killing
Bernie or
us.
something. Somebody. Can Pop get the team together? But no, but there, even though the thing is, Jalen Howard is doing Jalen Howard. Juwan Howard is outshining old khaki pants
Yeah,
like a bright diamond. But what do we still talk about when we talk about Michigan? Harbaugh.
right.
Everything that Juwan Howard is doing, we still talk about Harbaugh. Juwan Howard comes to the football games. Now, I don't know if Harbaugh has been to the games because of the COVID, but we didn't see Harbaugh at a basketball game. They come to see the football game. You yourself have been in that number, sitting, and we're not in the cold, but in the cold. People sit because the big house sits below. It doesn't sit up. It sits basically underground.
Right.
And you think until, well, with those Brady Hoke years and kind of the Rich Rod, you saw a few empty seats, but people were still in the stands in the cold.
Right.
To see those boys lose.
I went to a Brady Hope game in Ann Arbor, and it was packed. It was under the lights too
Yeah, but that's because
against
it
Notre
was
Dame.
Notre Dame. It was under the lights. Yeah, because you and Mike just left me out the trip.
You mean you wasn't in Singapore? You and Paige
money,
wasn't in Singapore?
Took my money, took my B, just kicked me out of the group. Hashtag hashtag takers.
Hey, but you came back and dropped "Don't Be Cruel." You dropped my prerogative. You won 3 Soul Train Music Awards off that album. Oh.
I'm the king of R&B. But I mean, even during the Fab 5 years, it was still a a football school, because you had what's his name, winning the Heisman in 91.
Desmond Howard, yeah. Desmond
Howard. You had a good team, a football team, and it was still thought of as a football school. I think had they pulled those championships off, you just had the one in 89. You would have had one in 92, 93.
And then in 2013 and 2018.
2013, 2018. And then think of this year. You would have had at least 6. We're just speaking, what else right
now? All that hurts. All that hurts to hear you say it like that. Oh, my God.
We would have had 6 national championships.
But think about it like this. If you look at it's a fair comparison, I think, to compare Michigan's run since 2013 to present in the NCAA basketball to what Ohio State has done in the Big Ten football-wise. Now, the only difference is they did get the job done in 2015 by beating Oregon, I believe, Marcus Mariota for the national title. But other than that, they've been in championship games and losing, winning titles, making it to the college football playoff. Michigan has gone to, 4 straight Sweet 16s, been in 2 national championship games, made it to the Elite 8 this year without their best player. Like, it seems like the gap is closing, but I'm like you. I'm just wondering what the public perception will be, because when I think of Michigan, I think of Saturdays in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Langston says, as an outsider looking in, always would be a football school. What school is even football/basketball? Maybe UCLA back in the day. Good point. Good point. That's us now, dadgummit. All we need is Harbaugh to do is to beat those bugs and scarlet and gray just once. Now, let me ask you this, Tasha. Which would you rather have? Back-to-back national championships in basketball, or back-to-back victories over Ohio State and no championship?
Football. Mm-hmm.
Even with no championship.
That's what got Lloyd Carr fired. You think about it. And Lloyd Carr was an excellent coach.
He was.
But he could not beat the FIs, so he lost his job. Losing against your rival will get you fired quicker than not winning a national championship or not having like a decent season.
Unless you're Jim Harbaugh, then it gets you an extension.
Yes.
Now, in closing, we've gone through a bunch of versus battles. This has been fun with you, Tasha T. Sizzle, as always. But there's one more coming up Mother's Day weekend that I wanted to get in today. That's Escape versus SWV. Who you got?
I don't. As far as actual singing, it's Escape hands down. Mine is Tiny. Right. I mean, I love Tiny, but Tiny's the weakest link in the group because them other 3 girls can blow, baby. I think. Well, I have more Escape music than SWV because Escape has on their albums, they have songs that didn't necessarily get airplay that were bangers.
Right,
SWV, you got what was put out. That was
right.
it. So I will go with Escape.
I'm gonna go with Escape as well for the simple fact that I think that week was probably the biggest smash out of all of them combined. And Coco has an amazing voice, but when you put the girls from Escape together, when they do that power singing, how they be singing them hymnals and the
The
choruses and all of that,
ooh, the Scott girls, ooh, the
yeah.
sisters.
And they sang, they sang. They don't really sing.
They sangs.
Now wait a minute. Lexa says, um, if you drop week from the catalog, several would be. Okay. So they did get a lot of run off week, and that was right during
Yeah.
our heyday in puberty and all of that. Um. So yeah. Okay. But he says, okay, all right. That's WV. I'm going
I know
with
you
Escape.
going with Swoop.
He must have liked downtown.
You better go downtown. That's the
Hey,
way to my heart. I'm sorry.
that's it. Hey, that was in perfect pitch there. So before we
And
wrap
that's how
up,
they
we
sound too.
you stop that. We want to wish you a happy birthday Sunday. What are you gonna be doing for your birthday Sunday?
Down here, Feliz cumpleaños. My friends actually had me a birthday party Tuesday on the beach because Sunday, because this is the holiday weekend, the beaches are crowded today, tomorrow, and on Sunday they will be crowded. So my friends actually had me a birthday party on the beach, and I will post some photos. If you follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, you will see my lovely decor. But I will probably be sitting in this house again because the beach will be packed and I don't want that Rona no more. And there's no vaccine down here. And yes, I would take the vaccine if it was here for anyone who is curious. There it's not here. So I can't take it. So I have to err on the side of caution.
So T Sizzle on her birthday is gonna do her best Joe impression. Don't want to get the Rona no more. Right, Langston. Just rub it in. Why don't you? Oh, what are you gonna be doing on your birthday? Oh, nothing. I had a beach party Tuesday. I might go back out and put my toes in the sand on Sunday, tiptoe through the tulips and all that good stuff. Well, take a shot of tequila for Steph. Take a shot of tequila for me. Pardon shots, T Sizzle.
Like to thank everyone who supports not only me, but for the support you guys give to Paul. He says this all the time. He took it just a leap of faith, a step out on had the faith the size of a mustard seed. He just stepped out on faith to move to Dallas, and he's following his dream. He let go of it. He was paid, y'all. When I say this brother was making some money, he was making money. The boy quit his job to follow his dream. And you guys don't understand how this support it. I mean, it warms my heart to see Paul doing this, and the support that you guys give him. Yes, oh, they're 40 degrees. What? I don't know what 40 degrees is. This 84, 85. Yeah. But anyway, just guys, what I want to say is my birthday wish is for everyone to keep supporting Paul. Lift this brother up. You know, help him like get to where he wants to be.
Um, wow, that's a walk off. That's a mic drop right there. Like, thank you, T Sizzle.
And
Thank
for
you,
baby
Langston.
bottom
Thank you, sis.
backflip.
Look, people don't realize how many times you had to talk me off the ledge when I want to back out because I was this is a scary time. So thank you and for being such a big part of the extra point and pushing me and always being a support from so far away. And for everybody that checks out the shows and all, like y'all keep me alive with this. And like Tasha's in the Dominican Republic, you hit her up, she's like, I'm there. And if you don't have a Tasha T Sizzle in your life, get you one
And then look, no
because
one noticed how we were without provocation. We both got on air and had on Nike. And then when I saw
right.
him with his Rangers hat, I was like, oh, let me get my Blue Jays cap. We coordinated. coordinated.
Now look, Langston, you don't ever have to worry about a Cowboys ticket down here because hell, they letting everybody in the stadium anyway. There's plenty of room for us. Come on down. just, just, just whatever date y'all want to come down, Tasha will tell you. She will come down here, watch your 49ers stomp us, and then leave town like a thief in the night. That's how it goes down. But I do. I thank y'all. I thank you, Tasha. I pray that you have the best birthday ever. Everybody else out there, I pray that you have a great and blessed Good Friday and a resurrection weekend to remember. Until then, earth, wind, and fire for the win. We'll
Body
see y'all next
up,
week.
say that you remember. Body up,
Hey.
nothing in September. Body up, never was a cloudy day.
We'll see y'all.